Yeah, thank you all for joining. So very good morning to all. So let us continue our session. So I have posted some questions on data warehouse. Yeah, so we have answered, but yeah, we will check the answers now. Yeah, since we have seen just 1 hour on data warehouse, you might have given some wrong answers. That's not an issue. Just we will discuss it just 5 minutes. Okay. So this will help you to understand better on the questions on the data warehouse and data lake. So what is the main difference between data lake and data warehouse? As I told, the first is the answer. Okay. A data warehouse is typically holds a highly structured data. So while a data lake can have structured, semi-structured, unstructured data. So why this is not a correct answer, right? So data warehouse we can deploy on both on premises as well as the cloud also. Cloud also you can deploy. So we do have RDS in the cloud system like AWS. We can create a data warehouse. Redshift you can create. That's nothing but data warehouse only. So cloud also you can create a data warehouse. So that's why this is the first one is the answer. Okay. Second one, yeah, most of them answered correctly. Online transaction processing. And the third one is an operational system. That is what our OLTP system. So OLTP will have, okay, the answer is the second one, a system that is used to run a business in real time, and it is based on the current data. So this is the answer for this one. A system that is used to run a business in real time and based on current data. So current data only, mostly on the current data, not historical data. Okay, source that OLTP will have a current data. Okay, not historical data. And system that is used to support decision making. No, OLTP will not used for decision making process. So which one will be used for decision making process? OLAP system. Okay, OLAP system. That is what our data warehouse it is used to do the decision making process. So remember this. And the fourth question, a data warehouse is which of the following? A data warehouse is organized around a important subject areas. You remember yesterday we have seen the data marked, right? So different subject areas will be there. So that's what organized around different subject. Some of the concept you will see today also. What is OLAP? Online analytical processing. It is not online analysis processing or one-time analytical processing. OLAP is nothing but online analytical processing. And data transformation. Data transformation means from source to target we are transforming. And this is the answer for this one, the first one. A process to change the data from a detailed level to a summary level. In data warehouse, we'll have a summary level. So aggregation, we'll go for more on the aggregation. See, in the OLTP side, we have detailed data. So detailed to a summary level. So aggregation we will do. So this is what the answer. Okay. Yeah, we will see more on data warehouse so that you will get clear idea. So this is what the answers, and we will continue our today's session. Yesterday we have seen so business intelligence, right? We'll continue data warehouse so that you will get clear idea also. And tomorrow also I will post some questions, so you will get clarified. Okay. So data business intelligence, as I told, business intelligence is nothing but so good decisions by effectively managing the data. So we are going to manage the data in data warehouse. Based on the data, we are going to take a decision. Who will take the decision? The business people. So if I'm going to give a Tableau or Power BI report in this format, it is very easy to understand the business, right? So in order to provide data in the summarization level, okay. So that's what we'll go for the business intelligence. Okay, business intelligence, we are going for the data warehousing concept. So data warehouse and business intelligence has 4 different stages. The first stage will be aggregating the data. So aggregating the data is nothing but we are integrating the data into a data warehouse. That's what the aggregate data. So this is what we have seen, right? aggregating the data into data warehouse from heterogeneous sources. And from the aggregated data, we are going to present the data in the form of dashboard. So this is called a dashboard, business dashboard. So you can create a pie chart, bar chart, line chart, different types of chart. So based on the chart, we can ask the questions. Okay, if we can take addition. So business people, they will analyze the data, they will add context to this information, then they will take addition accordingly. Okay, in this area, so this is what the business, I can take this decisions, right? It's a fact-based decision. Business intelligence enables the business to make intelligent fact-based decision. What is fact-based? A data-based. Okay, so if I'm going to take a decision, if the business people, they are going to take a decision, it should be on the data, right? Okay, this is what we have the business. So because of this, I'm going to take a decision on this. So fact-based means based on the data, they will take a decision. So this is what 4 stages in business intelligence. Okay, so if you take the data warehousing architecture, yesterday we have seen, right? So left hand side, we have the source layer. That is what our OLTP side. So we have the enterprise resource planning, and we have other data sources. We have the Salesforce, we have SAP, we have different sources. We can have OLTP system, and we can have the social media content as well, unstructured data as well. So we can go with batch processing. It's for more on ETL process, batch processing. The real-time processing, that's what live processing, more on the data lake side, IICS side. Okay, so this is what we will pull the data from the source system, and then we will do the data cleansing. Data cleansing means data quality rule will be applied. This is a data integration layer. So we will do the data profiling. Profiling means we will remove the unwanted data like null data, duplicate data. So some business rules. Okay, this particular data, age should be, customer's age should be 18, greater than 18. If I'm coming with customer age less than 18, then I will filter out that record. I will send it to, okay, whether check whether this particular record is correct or not. So all this, some validations, we will check it. Okay, so if you take card issue date, it should be less than card expiry date, right? So that's, we have some validation, business validations based on the application. We do have business rules. So that particular rule, we will do the data cleansing, data validation, data auditing, data quality, all this we will do. This is called data profiling, right? So we'll do the data profiling, data cleansing operations. Then it will be moved to the data warehouse layer. It is nothing but, so the entirely is the data warehouse only. This is entirely data warehouse, but we will logically divide that. The entire data warehouse, we will logically divide that. If you take here, so this one, this is the data warehouse actually. This is entirely data warehouse. So it will have different layers. So one is staging layer. The staging layer is nothing but a landing zone. I will explain later. So always here we have different heterogeneous source system, right? So we cannot expect all the data availability in all the systems, okay, every time. So we will land the data into the staging layer. This is like ODS also, like operation data store or operational data source. So we will land the data here, okay, and we will go for the, we will move the data to different layers here. EDW, enterprise data warehouse, EDW, we will call it as enterprise data warehouse, enterprise data lake, EDL, EDW or EDL. So we will call it as, nowadays it's a EDL, right? So enterprise data lake. Then from here it will be moved to the data mart. So based on the different subject area, we will move the data to different data mart. So from the data mart, we will go for the presentation layer. So presentation layer means the reporting. Okay, so we have the business intelligence applications, mobile applications, browsers, and on-demand services. Different downstream application, we will consume the data. So this is what 4 stages normally: source system, data integration layer, and data warehouse layer, presentation layer. Yes, ETL is basically on the data integration. Okay, so data integration. So from here to here we will load. So this will be source, and we will do the data cleansing. You know that IDQ tool, right? IDQ, data quality, Informatica data quality, right? It's another tool, IDQ. So this IDQ tool, it is mainly used for data cleansing operations, data profiling operations. So like you have 4 Qs, right? So the 4 quality of the data, like cleanliness, uniqueness, accuracy, and all the different Qs, right? So based on that, we will do the data quality, and then we will move the data to data warehouse. From staging to EDW also, it's one of the ETL process only. From EDW to data mart also, it's one of the ETL logic only. It might be the one-to-one load, but we'll do some logic changes. So whatever the tables needed, everything. So everything is like a ETL process only. Extraction, transformation, and loading. So all these are ETL, not only this data integration layer. So normally data integration means we are integrating the data from heterogeneous sources. Okay, different sources, right? Heterogeneous sources into data warehouse. So this is what the data warehouse architecture. Okay. Okay. So this is the functional architecture of our data warehouse. So we do have source system, like you may have the CRM, customer relationship management in our company, and inventory. So payroll information, sales, general ledger, so production data. Like this, we do have different source systems. This is what the heterogeneous sources. So not technical way, this is the functional way. So from the source system, we are integrating the data to data warehouse. So from the data warehouse, we are creating the different reporting like customer profitability, supplier performance, productivity, strategic performance, closed loop marketing, product profitability. So if you are explaining anything, so can you tell some of the metrics you are creating on your project? If they are asking interview, you can tell this on banking domain or retail domain or insurance domain, any domain. So definitely we'll go for this kind of reporting, right? So customer profitability, definitely. So regional base, customer profitability, supplier performance, merchant, how the merchant performing. So merchant based on the, so different regional areas and the reconciliation process. So all this we will do on the data warehousing data only. So clear? Yeah, any dashboard, we'll go for this particular reporting only. All kind of dashboard we will create like a Tableau or Power BI, right? Power BI, Looker, QuickSight. So different tools are there. By using the tools, we will create this kind of reporting. This is called metrics. This is some sample metrics, but we do have different metrics in our real-time project. Okay. Yeah, that's what we'll go for the different reporting. Okay, this is what. So data warehouse is nothing but it is subject oriented. That means data warehouse is organized around major subject, like a customer, different subject, supplier, different subject, product, sales. These are all different subject. It's like a subject oriented. Even you can go for a data mart also, subject oriented and integrated. So we can integrate data from various heterogeneous sources into a data warehouse and the time variant. So all the data are historical perspective and non-volatile. Non-volatile means we will never ever overwrite or delete the data in the data warehouse. So non-volatile collection of data. So collection of data from source to support management decision making process. So where we will do the decision making process in data warehouse only. In OLTP, can we do the decision making? No, we should not run any business analytics in OLTP system. Clear? I hope you are clear on this. Yeah, if you have any questions, yes, you can ask through chat or you can ask through, you can raise, then I will unmute. Okay. Then why companies, they need to have the data warehouse? So operational system, what is operational system? It's nothing but our OLTP. So OLTP system are being impacted are being impacted because of reporting request. If you go and hit OLTP multiple times for reporting purpose, this will get impacted, right? So that's why, so instead of going to hit this particular system for reporting purpose, you are processing the data. At the same time, you are pulling the data for report, this system will get impacted. So to avoid this scenario, we are going with the data warehouse here. This is what our data warehouse. So here we are bringing the ETL tool. So from here to here, we have to load, right? So that's what reporting request. Operational system cannot give a needed historical perspective data. So we cannot have all the 50 years of data in one database, and we cannot have on the business also cannot run on the same system, right? So that's why we are having the OLTP separately for business and OLAP separately for analytical purpose. So what is the difference between database and data warehouse? See, data warehouse also, it is nothing but a database only. Data warehouse also, it is nothing but a database only. A Teradata or Oracle, anything can be used, but it will handle huge volume of data and more on the analytical way. So OLTP also database only, OLAP also database only, but here the volume will be very high, and this is for analytical database. We'll call it as this is analytical database. Okay, so that's what we'll go for the analytical database. Okay, so I'm saying all these are real-time example only. So if you take IRCTC, I will go to the real-time example. If you ask, if I'm going with IRCTC, I want to book a ticket. I want to book a ticket. So where will you book ticket? In OLTP, right? So you're going to log in database, your site, the front end you are sitting here, and you are going to log in. So it will be connected to OLTP, and then you are going to check your data. So this is your current data, last 4 months data only you can able to see here, right? Last 4 months data only. Then you are seeing your data here. So I want to book a ticket. So what will you do? So you will checking the tickets, and then you are booking it. And if you are booking that particular ticket, it should get blocked, right? The status should be changed. It has been booked, something like that. So who will handle it? So everything handled by the front end team, the full stack developer, they will do it. So all the data will be captured here. Okay, so all the data will be captured. If you booked here, so in your name, in your account, it will be marked. Okay, you have booked it, and it will take the amount, and then everything will be captured here. Okay, at the end of the day, the railway ministry, they want to analyze it. Okay, how many ticket has been booked today? Okay, how many tickets all over the India? How many tickets booked today alone? Out of this, how much is the third AC, second AC? Some category wise I need to have, right? And we do have different the regional wise, right? Southern regions, central, east, and west, and north. Everything we have regional wise, and the passenger wise. Okay, so what is the passenger wise? And you can go for different kind of analysis. If I'm going to increase 1 paise per 1 kilometer, so how much I can get it for entire year? So how will you calculate this? You have to go for last year data, right? You have to go for last year data. So this particular line, okay, so from Chennai to Bangalore, this particular line, I'm going to increase. I have to go for one particular project. Then, so what is the cost? How many of them are traveling? So if I'm going to increase the fare or something else, how it will impact? So all the analysis, right, I will do. So who will do? The railway ministry. So railway ministry, are they going to do here? No. So at the end of the day, we are moving the data from here to here. So you remember sometimes what will happen around 11:45 p.m. So they will go for reconciliation process, right? So you remember? So they will go for shutdown, right? Maintenance, 11:45 p.m. Most of the system, they will go for this OLTP, and this is OLTP, this is OLAP here. And they will go for some maintenance, reconciliation purpose. They will move the data from here to here for most of the tables. So this is what we will have. Here we will load it, incremental data. So whatever the customers newly added, user newly added, transaction happened. So everything will be loaded here. And I can do analysis here only on the OLAP side. So don't do on the OLAP side. Clear? So this is one of the best example for OLTP and OLAP, data warehousing side. You can take the same thing for banking, right? Banking, clinical data, so healthcare, anything, right? Manufacturing or anything. So this is what OLTP and OLAP. I want to do some last 50 years, I have to do analysis. Where will you do? So here only. So data warehouse only, we will do the analysis. So clear? I hope you are clear on this now. And that is what the business is not getting the consistent or timely answer. It is not a single view, right? OLTP is not a single view. So if I want to have all the data in one particular place, so that is called data warehouse. So in order to maintain many source system, and then you are going to hit and going to pull the data for reporting, it is more expensive. So always you have to apply the transformation logic. You think about one particular banking has all over the country. So banking CEO, will they going to see the result in all the different currencies? No, right? So they will see all the reports in one single currency. If they do have business in multiple currencies, we have to convert all the currencies into the profit, everything into one single currency, right? So even they are going for any quarter results, you can take any software company's quarter result, right? So quarter result, everything like it's a data warehouse business intelligence report only. Okay, so that's what the public review, they will go for all this. See, it's a one single system will have the data for historical places. You think about the transactional data and think about if they're going to apply some three months, 3 months of data. I want to do summarization for the quarter result. Is it possible to do on OLTP? No, then it will hang. Okay, so if you are going to apply some business logic, not only by one people. So if all the management people, they are going to apply the business rules for analytical purpose on OLTP, it will get hanged, right? So they will take, so you think about the large business transaction per second, how many transactions, right? So 120 orders per second, if you take in that way, so how many orders will be created per day, per month, per quarter, per year? Okay, so I cannot go and hit the database, source database directly. That's why we are going with OLAP system. So that's what the companies are deploying the data warehouse. Okay, so these two members are called as fathers of data warehousing. If you look at here, so this is what the fathers of data warehousing, Inman model and Ralph Kimball model. So Inman model is nothing but it's a top-down approach. What is top-down approach, right? See, top-down approach is nothing but, so you take OLTP system here. Okay, you take OLTP system here, OLAP here. So first you build data warehouse. First you build data warehouse for the particular company. You take the data from OLTP to OLAP. Once you have created entire data warehouse for the company, after that you create for different subject areas like data mart. So after creating the data warehouse, if you create the data mart, this process is called as top-down approach. So Inman is the first person, he has proposed that this approach. That means, okay, instead of having the data in one single system and we are going to do the analysis, we can have one data warehouse. That's what he has proposed. He is the first person of data warehouse, father of data warehouse. After some years only, he has proposed that top-down approach. Okay, we can create like this based on the subject area. After 10 years, Ralph Kimball has come up with bottom-up approach. What is the bottom-up approach, right? So we can have this particular, okay. So bottom-up means, so this is my source system, OLTP. So from the OLTP to create this OLAP, it is taking a lot of time. Okay, so to avoid that, he has suggested that, okay, so from OLTP directly whatever the subject you want, okay, small subject, you load it into a data mart directly. Okay, load it into a data mart. From data mart you take the reports here. So from data mart you take the report, but you need entire data, aggregated data. Then after creating the data mart, you create the warehouse. So that's what the bottom up approach. Okay, Ralph Kimball. So it's based on the business. Either we'll go for top down approach or bottom up approach or hybrid approach. Okay, so if you take here, so top down approach in one model is nothing but, so this is what, okay, so in top down approach, first this is what my source system. So from the source system I will do ETL process. I will load it into the data warehouse. So from data warehouse I will load it into a data mart. So this process I will call it as top down approach. Okay, and what is bottom up approach? So data mart is also a data OLAP. Yes, it's a division of our OLAP. So this is what our, it's a logical division. So how we have the hard disk, right? C drive, D drive, E drive, everything is there in one single drive only, single hard disk only, but we are logically dividing that, right? So that's what different layers, staging layer, work layer, core layer, semantic layer, everything is there in data warehouse only, single. The hardware is single only, but logically we would divide that. Okay, some schema, database, all this we will create. But one layer to another layer, I'll go for the ETL process. Data warehouse to data mart is called it as top-down approach. Okay, data mart to data warehouse is the bottom-up approach. Okay, so based on who will take care all this, data modeler team. We are not going to take all this. Okay, data modeling team, they will take. So what is the difference between the Inman model or the Ralph Kimball model? So Inman model, if you take the Inman model is the top-down approach, right? So we have the top-down approach. It's more consuming. Why? Because first we have to build a data warehouse, then we have to go for the data mart. But the Ralph Kimball model is less time. It is one particular business area, but this is enterprise wide, right? So that's why it will consume more time, but here less time only, individual business areas. But here the maintenance is very easy. Once you have built, after that maintenance is very easy. But here maintenance is difficult. So you have to keep on upgrading it. You have to keep on revise your subject and everything. Okay. So high initial cost, but subsequent less maintenance cost. But here low initial cost, but maintenance cost is very high, and longer startup time and shorter time for initial setup. I need a specialist team for this particular process, and generalist team is enough. Okay, but we'll go for hybrid model. But remember this differences and all. This one, who will take care? Data modeling team, they will take care. Okay, this is hybrid approach. Hybrid approach means, see, this one is top down or bottom up approach. The first one I highlighted, it is the top down approach, right? Top down, bottom up approach. Which one? Yes, the Kimball model. This is the one, Ralph Kimball model. First we are creating the data mart, then we are creating the data warehouse. Bottom up approach. Then this one is top down approach. Okay, so both we are having it. So this is what the hybrid approach. Some companies, they will have the top down approach. Some companies will have the bottom up approach, everything. Okay, so Kimball model is ELT process. No, but both of them are ETL process only. We will do it all this. Okay, chat is disabled for, no, chat will be disabled for everybody. It will not be disabled. Only this unmute will be disabled. If you raise your hands, I will unmute. So why? Because it will get disturbed for others, right? So that's why. Okay, we will take some question and answer after some time. Okay, chat will be available for everybody. So you are chatting with me. So or you can go for question and answer. No issues. See, we do have two different tables in data warehousing. What is the tables? So one is dimension table, the other one is fact table. Whenever you are going for any interview, so definitely they will ask questions on dimension and fact table in data warehouse. In data warehouse, mostly here in source system, we'll have entity relationship model, ER model, right? We have ER model, source system. Okay. But in OLAP side, we have the dimensional modeling. Like here, so here it is a normalized one, here denormalized one. Denormalized means aggregated data. Denormalized. Here it is a normalized one. Okay, normalized means we are segregating the data into multiple tables. You have the concept of first normal, second normal, third normal, right, in SQL. So just to go through that, normalization is nothing but we are splitting the table data into multiple tables to avoid the data redundancy. So that is called normalization. In OLTP, the data are normalized one. In data warehouse, the data are denormalized one. Normally, denormalized means aggregated data. So here we will do aggregated data, right? We will denormalized with dimension and fact table. I will tell you what is this. See, what is the dimension table? So dimension table, if I want to analyze my business in different dimensions. See, you have the business. You assume that you have the business. So what kind of analysis you will do? Okay, you have one business, grocery you are selling. What kind of analysis you are do? You will do. You have different store all over India. So what analysis you will do? All over India, what is the sales? India, if I have different states, 3 to 4, 5 states I have business. So state wise you will do the business, right? State wise, what is the sales and profit? And then store wise, within the state, store wise, and product wise, which product is moving fast, and which quarter we have business, very high business, which month, right? So different kind of dimensions we will analyze it. So whether we are getting unique customers or the repeated customers, so how it will be, right? So different customer analysis, prime customer, one-time customer, right? So this is what you will, customer side you will analyze it, employee wise you will analyze it, date wise you will analyze it, right? So different dimensions we are going to analyze the data. So that is called dimension table. So it's a non-measurable attributes will have and primary keys will have. Fact table means all the measures, okay, and foreign keys. So how these two tables are related, I will explain. So if you take any one particular, so if you take this particular example, the dimension table and fact table. So you assume that we have some business. Okay, we have some business. So this is called normalization. If you take this, if I'm going to have all the data in single table, so this data, say for an example, I have employees table and employees office. Can I have employees office and employees data on the same table? Yeah, we can have it, but employee office address, if I have 3 different location, you assume that I have 1 lakh employee, they are going to work on 3 different location. I have to mark employees details and their office details. If one places, same 3 addresses will be repeating 1 lakh times for all the employees, right? 3 addresses only. So this employee might be working on one address, address 1. This employee might be address 1, address 3, address 1, address 4, something like 3 address only, address 2, something like these three address only repeating for all the employees 1 lakh times. So instead of that, if you are splitting the table into 2 tables, like employees table separately and office table separately, then the office table, we can have it only 3 times, right? Address 1, address 2, address 3. Only one time I will store here. So only one time store here, and whichever the employee is from this particular address, I will make here, right? So repeatedly. So here only ID has been repeated. So like this way, right? So this is what to avoid the data redundancy, we are going for the splitting the table into multiple tables. This is called normalization. We have first normal, second normal, third normal, B and C method. So different methods are there. Just to go through that. Okay. So deeper level, if you want to understand, you can go through that. But these two are dimension table. What is the dimension table? Employee table will have employee information. So that means it will have employee ID. So each and every employee ID, each and every employee, I will give employee. So I will give employee details, right? I will have employee details, employee ID. So each and every addresses, the address ID is primary key here, right? So primary key and attributes. If I want to know in this particular address, how many people are working, right? So then I take this 2 and I will take join here. I will take, okay, how many numbers? You can go for count and then you can get the numbers. That's what I will join the tables. I will go for the analysis report and everything. But here, these two tables are dimension table. Like we have the office table, we have the employee table. This is a primary key. So this is the primary key here. And how these primary keys are. Say for an example, product is one of the table. So this table is dimension table, dim underscore product, dim underscore store, right? Dim underscore customer, dim underscore location, dim underscore date, dim underscore employee. All these are dimension table. It will have a primary key and attributes. Attribute means non-measurable attributes. You'll have a product ID. Okay. Each and every product I will give unique ID. Each and every store I will give unique ID. Each and every customer I will give unique ID. So these tables are called as dimension table. How these dimension tables, if I'm going to do some business, so in this particular date, this particular product, this particular customer purchased from this particular employee, this particular store, this regions, this many quantity he has purchased. This is the one unit price and what is the total price. See, all these are foreign keys. I cannot have all the details in this fact table, right? So if I'm going to have all the details, all the date, all the product information here, what will happen? This table will become a very bulky, right? It's a very big table. So I cannot have it. One single table, I will handle it all the foreign keys and measures here. This is called measures, right? So foreign keys and measurable will have the fact table. Fact table means FF, you assume that. Fact table will have the foreign keys and measures. Okay. So if I want to do the reporting, okay. So I want to know the store-wise sales. How can I do store-wise sales? I will join. I can take store-wise sales means I can go for group by on the store ID. I can go for sum of total price. Store-wise sales for this particular quarter. I can take that date key. I can join it, but you don't know what is mean by 7667, right? So you have to join these two tables. Okay, then get information from here. Okay, so from Mumbai, the city, we have the highest sales. So like that, we will have it. Okay. Normalized data in OLTP. Yes, normalized data in OLTP. That's what ER, entity relationship model. Just to go through today, what is entity relationship model? So ER model and what is mean by normalization process. So normalization, this concept just to go through it today. Okay. This is for self study. Normalization process on the database side. Okay, this one is called as dimension modeling. We have dimension table and fact table. How these dimension table and fact table we are going to integrate in the data warehousing is called star schema and snowflake schema or galaxy schema. So primary key, which table will have? Dimension table. Which table will have foreign key? Fact table. So if I'm going to load this table in data warehouse, which table I have to load first? I want to do the data modeling. I want to load the data, these tables. I am asking you to load this table. So which table you load first? Fact table you have to load first or dimension table you have to load first? So remember, always you have to load the dimension table. Why? Because dimension table will have a primary key, right? So first you have to load the reference data, the master data. So then you have to go for the fact tables. Remember this, okay? So that's what normally dependency will create, right? In Informatica workflow, we will create a dependency flow. So in the dependency, we'll go for this kind of tables. So if you look at here, we do have two different schema we'll have. One is star schema, the other one is snowflake schema. What is the star schema? So how these tables, dimension tables and fact tables arranged. Okay, in the schema, this is called star schema. Star schema is nothing but the dimension tables are connected with one centralized fact table. Okay, so if I want to know the country wise top 3 selling product, country wise top 3 selling product. So how many tables I have to join? Country table, product table, and fact table, right? Sales fact. So these 3 tables I have to join it, and I have to get the report in Tableau or Power BI or anything. But what is the roles of ETL developer here? To load the data into this table is the role of our process. Okay, from where you will get the data? So from city table. So if I'm going to start a new business in one particular city, I will add it in source. So that data today, end of the day, we will load it here. But this table are frequently changing. The city table will frequently change. No, it will not change frequently. It will be changed very rarely. That's what slowly changing dimensions. Whether I will get all the employees in single day? No. So day by day, it will get increased. All the products in single day? No. All the countries operation single day? No. Right? So customer? No, right? So we'll go for slowly changing dimension. That's what these dimension tables are slowly changing. But fact tables are, if you take transactions, right? But the transactions here, the transaction tables are very rapidly changing, increasing, right? That means, so how many people do the transactions per day? A lot of people will try to do the transaction, right? So you are going to book a ticket, you are canceling the ticket, and then you are going to do some lot of transaction, it will be created. So that will be here. But your customer ID, will you going to change your address daily? No. Are you going to change your mobile number daily? No. So very rarely you will change your attributes. That's what slowly changing dimensions. The role of ETL developer is loading the data from source system to data warehouse. Okay, based on the dimension and fact table, based on the business rules. So who will provide the business rules? Mostly the business analyst, the product owner or system owner, the business people, they will provide us ETL logic. So based on the ETL logic, we have to do the ETL process. Okay, that's what star schema. Snowflake schema means here also we are doing the normalization. Okay, normalization. If you do normalization on the data warehousing, that is called Snowflake. So what is Snowflake schema? Snowflake is one of the framework that's different, but Snowflake schema is nothing but if you take this 5 tables, this is a star schema, right? Star schema. So this is centralized fact table we have, and 4 surrounded by 4 dimension table. This is star schema only. Look like a star, right? So look like a star. So that's what is a star schema. But here also we are repeating the data here in locations table. We are repeating same like a territory information we are repeating, and customer data we are repeating the customer types. So instead of repeating multiple times the customer type here, so we have just mentioned 2 columns, right? But in real time, you may have many columns. So instead of repeating all the columns multiple times, we are having only type ID here. Whichever the type needed, I can go and get from here. So this particular table, we are normalizing. Okay, normalization process, we are doing it. And the customer table, we are normalizing, and then we are doing it customer type. If you do normalization on the data warehousing side, it will become a Snowflake schema. So this process we will call it a Snowflake schema. Whenever needed, I will go and get the details from this territory table. If I need territory description, then I will go for. Otherwise, I will join these 4 tables only. In this scenario, you have to load these 2 tables. First order you have to do. After loading these 2 tables, then second stage, you can load all the inner 4 dimension table, right? These 4 dimension table. And once all the dimension table, these 4 dimension table loaded, the third stage you have to load this table. Clear? So this is what you'll go for the Snowflake schema. Galaxy schema means multiple fact tables, multiple dimension tables are connected with each other. That's what we will go for the one. Okay. So how many primary key in dimension table? Normally only one primary key per table. So that's a concept, right? So one primary key per table, you can have multiple foreign keys. So, but instead of that, you can go for composite key. If you are adding mobile number and your employee ID, that will be a composite key, right? So that combination, we should not have the repetitions. But remember, always one table will take only one primary key in any table, any database. One primary key per table. That's what. Okay. So this is what we will go for the concept of data warehousing, star schema, snowflake schema, all this. Galaxy schema means we are making Galaxy schema means both multiple dimension table, multiple fact tables are connected with each other. So that's what we'll go for the Galaxy schema. Clear on this? Any doubts? We need to make document to load concept. This one first, second, and yeah. Yes, we have to first design document. Then we are going to do the ETL process. Okay. I hope you are clear on this up to here. So territory and customer tables are static. Yes, but we can, this territory and the customer types, right? These two tables, if I'm going to add one more customer, one more type, yes, it might be changing, but these tables are very slowly changing dimensions. Very slowly changing. Okay. That's what slowly changing dimensions. How to know which schema to apply before loading? Yeah, this is schema is already created, right? Schema is already created. If I have more repeated data, the redundancy data, then you can decide this table to split up. But this needs a lot of approvals and everything. The data modeler, while creating the schema, they will create the data modeling. So based on that, we have to load it. Okay. So that's what we'll go for the snowflake schema and star schema and Galaxy schema. I will show you some data document so that to understand better on the star schema and snowflake schema. Okay. Mostly we'll have based on the application, we'll have star or snowflake, all this. So what is data warehouse and data lake? Yeah, data warehouse is the structured data and processed data. Processed data. So you take data from OLTP, do the process and load the data into data warehouse. Processed data. But the data lake, right? Structured, semi-structured and unstructured data, raw data will be loaded mostly. Raw data will be loaded. And then after loading the data, we will process this. That's what schema and read. So here schema and write. So while writing itself, we'll do the schema. So that's what processing side, we have the schema and read, schema and write. And storage wise, expensive. So here we will use normally Teradata, Oracle, RDBMS, right? Mostly expensive, but here it is for low cost storage. Agility, yes, it is less agile, fixed configuration only here, but it's highly agile. So we can configure it again and again. Okay. So it's already matured one, it's maturing one. So mostly the business professional, we will use it here, data warehouse. Here data scientist and whatever they are going to do AI and ML process, right? So they will go for this data lake side. Okay. While extracting the data from OLTP system, do we directly extract and do ETL? No. So while extracting, as I told, we are going to do the extraction, right? So this one, first stage, extract the data and load it into a staging layer. Staging layer. This is what our staging layer on warehouse. This is our source. Okay, OLTP. This is our staging on the data warehousing side. One-to-one load, first we will load it. We will load the land the data here. After landing it, we will make this as source system. And again, we will go for one more mapping. In that mapping, we will apply for transformation logic. Then we will do it. So this concept and all I will explain later. Okay. For this will be your source. This will be your target. Again, this will be your source. This will be your target, right? I have explained already. So how we will do the staging layer, work layer, core layer, all this, right? ETL developers can access data lake. Yes, can access data lake. Okay, so that's what we'll go for the structured, semi-structured, raw and semi-structured data. So structured means the data we have on the tables and views, right? Tables, how we are having the data, that's called structured data. Unstructured means, if you take example of email, email is the unstructured, sorry, semi-structured data. Email is semi-structured. Your address and everything is structured one, and your subject and your the whatever body of content is unstructured. Attachment is unstructured one. And unstructured, complete unstructured means your logs, cookies, and you are taking audio file, video file. So everything is like unstructured data. Raw data means without any transformation, you are taking the data from here and you are loading, right? So that's called raw data. So after loading into, then you are making the process that is called the transformation logic. So from OLTP, we get raw data or unstructured data. So that's what I told. So you can get any data, right? Raw data means the processing. You are not doing any process. Unstructured means it's a different kind of data. It is not raw. Raw data means it's a loading process, right? So that's what. Okay. And if you are going for real-time project, so different users will be there, business users. Like you are going for, so if you're going for a project, who will be there? Business users. Yes, they are the people with knowledge of business. They will tell, okay, I need to have this kind of report in my dashboard. So for this, you have to take the data from source system. You have to apply some transformation logic. You have to load it. Then business analyst also, some business people, they will give, okay, so this kind of data, if I'm going to load it, so this is the process you have to do. All this they will tell us. And report writers is nothing but people who knows the reports, like a Tableau developer, Power BI developer. They will say, like, if I want to create a report like this, I want the data in data warehouse. Then the ETL developers will take the data from source system. They will do the business logic and load it into the data warehouse. Then report writers, they will do. But the data modeler, yes, they will create the data modeling, star schema, snowflake schema, galaxy schema, all this. DBS, they will support on the database queries like user maintenance, database and data warehouse maintenance, storage wise. So all the related queries on the data. Something like admin team will be there. Okay, report, Tableau admin, Power BI admin, Informatica admin, testing team will be there, ETL tester. So different teams will be there in our real-time project. We are going to interact with these peoples. Okay, these are all just to give the idea. So popular ETL tools are there in the market. You have the Informatica Power Center, we have the IBM Data Stage, and Microsoft SSIS, and SAP we have BODS, BOTS we have, and IBM Cognos Data Manager. Cognos is the reporting tool. Cognos Data Manager is the ETL tool. SAP Business Object is the reporting tool. Business Object Data Services is the ETL tool. Oracle Data Integrator, ODI. SAS Data Integration Studio. Oracle Warehouse Builder, Ab initio. Then Talent. So Talent, Pentaho. So Apache, Nifi, and then here we have the Xplenty. So all these are the popular ETL tools are there in the market. Okay. So clear on this. And we do have popular the data visualization tool. Like we have the Tableau, we have the Power BI, ClickView, Cognos, SAP Business Object, Zoom Data, Google Looker, we have the Amazon QuickSight, SSRS. SSRS means SQL Server Reporting Service, Oracle Business Intelligence, Spotfire, MicroStrategy. So lot of different data visualization tools are there in the market. Okay. So this is what the data warehousing concept, the introduction and all this. I have already sent this document one more time today. I will send. So tomorrow we will see that some more concept on data modeling. Okay, so we do have logical physical data model, and we have the cube. You have asked OLAP cube, right? So that concept you will see, and we will go for the architecture of Informatica. So basic of Informatica. So tomorrow also we'll join in the same meeting in the same timing. Okay. So day after tomorrow we'll make it different time for both. So tomorrow also we will join the same questions. Okay. Same timing. Okay. So tomorrow alone I have some of the concept where we have to take all this. Okay. Where do we use star schema, snowflake schema, galaxy schema? In data warehouse only. Okay, so data warehouse only. As a ETL developer, we have to load the data into this star, snowflakes, and galaxy schema. Yeah. So if you have any questions, you can ask questions through unmute, and you can ask the questions. You raise your hand, I will unmute, and then you can ask your questions. We can take next 10 minutes. Yeah, you can ask questions now.
Hi.
Yeah, please go ahead. Yeah.
So Chandra, I have one question related to data lake. So in data warehouse, we are loading the data after the transformation, like based on the logic or whatever. For data lake, we are just using this data lake for the reading the data.
Yes, actually data warehouse mostly we are from the OLTP, we are extracting the data and then we are loading into the data warehouse, right? After that, that's what. So you will be doing some different stages will be there. So if you look at here, so staging layer, then EDW layer, inside the EDW layer also we have the work layer, core layer, semantic layer. After that you are loading into a data mart. So this is on data warehousing side. If you take the data lake side, right? So you will extract the data mostly on the ELT logic, I told. So you extract the data, load the data, then you apply the transformation logic. Okay, ELT process.
Okay.
Okay.
And then we are loading the data mart after that.
Yeah, correct.
Okay.
Then what we are doing in the data mart? I know the data mart has the means like the customer, that there is the data mart has customer data and employee data mart has employee data. So what we are doing there?
So if
what
you have, yeah, that's what I told, right? If you want only for merchant reporting, okay, you want to create a merchant reporting, whatever the tables I needed for that merchant reporting, so that table only I will load it into the merchant reporting data model mart. Other table I will not load it.
Okay, as a ETL developer, I'm getting data. I'm getting data. Hello. Yeah, we have to load it in. Yeah. But as a ETL developer, we are getting data from the OLTP and we are processing data here and then extracting. Then when we are in data warehouse, we are saving the data there. But we are getting data according to employee, according to customer, what kind of data, which way we are getting? We are getting all data? You know what I'm saying?
All the data from the business. Okay, from the operational system.
All the data. Okay.
All the data from the operational system, you have to get it. Okay, so you take one company, they do have a customer. You are going to log into a customer portal. You are going to create a user account. You are going to do transactions. You are going to choose a particular product, right? So this kind of information will be there in the source system, OLTP system. At the end of the day, what changes you have done in the OLTP, that will be pulled from the source system and it will be loaded onto the data warehousing for the reporting purpose.
Okay.
Analytical purpose. Okay.
And then we are going to send data to the in data mart. If some company using the data mart, then we are going to send there according to requirement. Is it?
No. Only that company alone can access the data. Yeah. If the other companies we need to go it, then we have to go for the we have to extract the data from data mart and we will upload it into a drop zone or FTP or SFTP or anything. Okay. So that's what we'll do normally.
Okay.
Hi, sir.
Yeah.
You say.
Yeah.
Chandra, like how that like what is the role of that ETL developer? Because like taking the data from the different sources, like is there an automation will be already there? Like do we need to do the manually every day on that one?
No, the ETL logic, the Informatica flow we have to create, and then it will be scheduled. So daily basis it will be running. It will take the data from source and load it into the data warehouse.
Okay, and also like another question, like if you want to like OLTP, if you have like 5 years of data, like if you want to do any analysis on that one, can we take from the OLTP instead of OLAP?
Yes, we can take. That's what you can take. All the data, it will be there in the OLAP only. If you want to do any analysis cannot be done in OLTP. Remember this. Okay. So only system will access it. If you are going to do analysis, then the system will get impacted. So that's what we have the OLAP, right?
Okay.
Don't do any analysis on the OLTP side.
Got it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, just I'm saying just employee and I'm doing the salary and then some salary has a null and I'm getting data from the OLTP and to data warehouse and I'm extracting there and data has a null value, then how I'm going to get data is the null, then how do I figure it out that person, how much salary and how much they have?
Okay, so you are not going to do individual person analysis. Okay. The data analysis in the sense, okay, you take from the CEO side, okay, TO side, how they will analyze it. So individual customer side, individual employee side, if I want to do any, if I'm not getting salary, I will raise a ticket, right? So then they will go to OLTP side. They will check it why this person did not get the salary. Some reason, right? Something they have stopped it, some suspended. Some reason should be there. But the OLAP side, how they will do, if they are going for a reporting, okay, this particular month, how much I have given the salary, entire salary, regional wise, country wise, right? So that kind of analysis, aggregation on the data warehousing side. If I want to do only null salaried employee into a target table, then that's what the business logic we used to get it. Okay, that's on detail logic they will give. Okay, this particular data only we have to extract from the source. That is on the ETL logic.
Oh, okay.
Okay, sir, I have a question. So in we have all dimensions, right? In conform dimension, degenerate, inferred dimension, junk dimension. So do you have any Excel or some sample materials you have created for just to know more clarification?
Yeah, I will show you. Okay, different types of dimensions, different types of fact tables. So conform dimension means a single dimension table can be used in multiple fact tables. Okay, if you take one date dimension, right? So the date dimension can be used in multiple fact tables connection, right? So that's called
do you have any Excel or something data, something some visual?
No. It's a sample data I can show, but I cannot show some real-time data. Okay.
No, not real time. I'm just asking any screenshots or something like sample.
Yeah, I will show that.
Yeah. Okay.
Sir, what is the purpose of Informatica Power Center and Informatica IDQ? So here you mentioned data profiling, data quality. So can we achieve this by
using Informatica also we can achieve. Yeah, we can achieve that. Logic we have to create. But creating the logic, data cleansing logic will take more time on Informatica Power Center tool. That logic can be easily achieved in IDQ tool. That already templates will be there. So that kind of analysis you can do easily. Data quality rules can be applied in IDQ tool.
So, so for the project like ETL development project, so where data quality will come into picture? So there will be separate
team will be there. So separate team will be there. Yes.
Okay.
So data quality team they will have before.
Okay.
Yeah. So it depends on the company. Okay. So in our previous company, they will extract the data from source. They will load it into a layer called ODS layer.
Okay.
Some QA stage layer. There they will load it. So ourself, we have to extract from the QA stage layer only, not from the source layer.
Okay.
So they will do by using IDQ tool, they will extract the data and then they will load it here. As a ETL developer, Power Center developer, we are going to extract the data from here, not from the source system directly. So we will load it on here and then we'll apply. If I want to, so we do not have ETL IDQ to separately in our project, then you can create that particular logic in Informatica Power Center, but we have to build a logic. Okay, you have to create a framework. So that it will take more time.
Okay. So yeah, so data quality by source to ODS layer they will do.
Yes.
As per the requirement.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Yes.
And sir,
Okay.
see if we have to extract data from EDI or some SAP data like IDOC, so in that case Informatica have the Informatica can directly extract, I mean analyze the data. Yeah, we have to write some scripting and firstly extract.
No. We have connectivity. Informatica Power Center. If I have SAP, we have the ABAP code, right? So we have to create the ABAP code and we have to connect with SAP also.
Okay, so we can directly take EDI.
Yeah. Anything you can take. Yeah, we do have that facility. We will use normally to connect with mainframe. We have the normalizer transformation. We have to use it and then we have to take.
Okay.
Sir, once the OLAP has processed, then only we can do the visualization report, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay. And can you explain about the staging? Staging means some filtrations.
Yeah,
staging.
Staging and all I will explain later. That's what landing zone, right? I told.
Okay.
So don't get confused too much on this data warehouse. Okay. So staging layer, it's a landing zone. Since we are going to connect with multiple source system here, we cannot expect all the source system availability. So you said it's mainframe, right? SAP, we have mainframe, we cannot go and hit always that source system. So what we will do, extract the data one time and load it into a staging layer. From the staging to next layer, if I'm getting failure, that's okay. We have still the data on staging, then we can get right. So that's why one-to-one load, we will load it onto the staging. From staging, we can take. Okay.
I thought after a staging layer and after if everything work, then put it on the development. I'm right?
Development is the region.
Oh, okay.
Production is another regions. Entire setup will be there in development. Entire setup will be there in testing. Entire setup will be there in other regions. Okay.
But we check in the staging, everything fine. Then we can put it on the dev region. I'm right?
No. You are confusing with development and staging layer. This entire layers will be there in development environment. You will have all the regions and everything. As a developer, we have access to develop the code in development regions. Okay. Staging, data warehouse, data mart, everything will be there in development region also. Once you have built the logic, you have to move the code from here to QA, and then QA to UAT, UAT to production. Okay. Entire setup will be there in all the 4 environments.
After completing the ETL process on data marts, where data will be stored, sir, before reporting?
Yeah, from data mart only we will take.
Okay. Is there any separate layer for before transformation, after transformation?
No. Data mart we can take directly. If I do not have the data mart, then I will connect to the data warehouse also. So semantic layer will be there. Views will be created on top of the tables. So from there I can take.
Actually, from source to staging, are we doing incremental load or truncate and load to the staging?
So yeah, I have explained as truncate and load.
Okay.
Right. So only one data I will load it. So like 1 day data, 4 hours. It's a frequency of tables load. We load it.
Okay, thank you.
So I'm explaining with respect to production environment. Okay, production environment. The same environment will be there in development. So as a developer, I have to create ETL logic and I will deploy the entire logic, the code into a production environment. I will schedule it. The scheduled job will be running on daily basis. It will pull the data from source and then it will load it into a staging to work layer to core layer. All this will be okay. Yeah, more questions. I will take it tomorrow. I will stop here. And yeah, if you have any questions, you can ask me tomorrow. Okay. Yeah, I have. So I have to drop off. We will take it. Okay. So tomorrow I will take it. Yeah, I will take the rest of the questions by tomorrow. I will answer all your questions. Just to go through from your side. So what I'm expecting, just to go through today, whatever the doubts you have, right? Data warehouse, profiling, data quality, staging, this and all, you just to go through it, just to Google it and try to understand. If you are not able to get it, you ask me tomorrow. Okay, that's what one request from my side. You have to, the day by day, you have to learn something new and your knowledge will get improved. So that's what you can answer any questions in the interview. Okay. Yeah. Thank you all. Whatever the questions you have, definitely I will take the rest of the questions tomorrow. We'll answer. So tomorrow also we will connect in the same time, the same meeting. Okay. Thank you all. I will send the recordings.
Thank you.
Thank you all.